Alright, what's going on, guys? Toasty here, Get Burnt, and we're talking more about Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and today I'm going to be talking about Namekian transformations. Now, I have made 2 videos on, like, this sort of thing already, and a lot of people actually like them. A lot of people watch them, so I thought, why not do Namekians now? Alright, so, obviously I'm going to be talking about the heroes, classes for Namekians in a bit, but first I wanted to bring up a few things about the Namekians beforehand. Alright, so a lot of people are wondering if giant forms of Namekians will actually be able to be happening with your created character, and I honestly wouldn't blame them for thinking that, mainly because Sergio's list, as we all know, did say that Baby, well, Grade 8 Baby, will be in the game, which means that Xenoverse will actually have giants, and that could mean that we can have giants for Namekians again. This would be the first time since we've had Namekian giants since, I would say, BT3, because Lord Slug was in that game, and he was a giant form Namek. A lot of people say it's Super Namek. It could be either. Mainly, the only confusion is really because Krillin in the Funimation dub called Piccolo a Super Namek after he fused with Kami. So I think that giant forms actually could work. But I don't know if they can work in Xenoverse itself. I already made a video about that. I'll link that down below. But I think that it would be pretty cool to actually have giant forms of Namekians in the game if they could actually make it work with the gameplay. But who knows about that? I think that it could work, but I just wanted to touch up on that. But I've also been wondering about if we could actually fuse with other Namekians, such as Piccolo, Nail, Kami, and all that stuff. I think that we probably would be able to, since in the game there will be other forms that you could take up. Obviously, we know we could play as Frieza's race, we could also play as Majin's. So, obviously, just like how our character, if they were a Saiyan, would go Super Saiyan in the story mode, I would assume that there would be an alternate thing for Namekians and all that other stuff, because we have to have all certain sort of power-ups. So, I think that fusing with either Piccolo or Nail, if you go to Namek before Piccolo is revived, all that sort of stuff, I think that that would be probably what they would put in for that. But obviously, as we all know, when a Namekian fuses with another Namekian, they don't really change the way they look. They usually look the same. So it really wouldn't matter unless it's from a gameplay standpoint where you become stronger. So that sort of thing, it would be cool, but honestly, it's not something that makes a huge difference because obviously, as I just said, your appearance is not altered that much. Piccolo literally looked the same pretty much throughout the entire series, even though he fused with both Nail and Kami. So, who knows? That could be in the game as a power-up. I mean, Demps does like to actually have that in their games. We know from Budokai 3 and their other games that they also like to make using with Kami and fusing with Nail a sort of power-up for Piccolo. So, that'll probably happen in this game as well. So, that's going to be something that we can look forward to seeing, I would assume. Also wanted to talk about one more thing before I actually got to the heroes' characters. Now, in Dragon Ball, there were actually a few mutated Namekians that King Piccolo actually had given birth to before he actually gave birth to Piccolo. These guys were named Tambourine and a whole bunch of other guys, and they actually looked pretty cool. I think Tambourine was the one that killed Krillin. I could be wrong on that. I think it was Tambourine, but anyways, I would wonder if we're actually going to be able to use some of their sort of assets for our character. Obviously, we don't need a different form of Namekian for these guys. At least I don't think so. I think that having just their sort of actual facial features and maybe some of their body features, I don't know about body features, but all that sort of stuff, I think that would be pretty cool to add in. I don't know if that would be extremely hard to add in, because Tambourine is a completely different looking Namekian. So are the other Namekians, especially some of the ones that were unimportant that King Piccolo had given birth to. I don't know if that would actually be able to work for those guys, but Tambourine actually has a certain body figure that is somewhat close to a Namekian. Just give me wings. I'm just kidding. I don't need wings for Namekians like Tambourine has. But yeah, honestly, it'd be pretty cool to see. I believe Tambourine was playable in BT3, so maybe we can bring him back and see maybe if we can add some stuff for the character creation with Tambourine's little assets. But who knows about that? Now, we're going to talk about the heroes' characters. Alright, so we have 3, obviously, as we already know. We have a hero, we have an elite, and we have a berserker Namekian. The hero, his name is Sumuri. I'm not good at speaking Japanese, so I apologize. But his name is Sumiri, I believe, and he actually was pretty much a clone of Piccolo. He's pretty much just the poster child for Namekians in Dragon Ball Heroes, just showing that you can make a character that's like a mini Piccolo, because he's a young kid. So it would be pretty cool, obviously. That would be a hero, aka just the normal thing with balancing of all of your stuff. Obviously, as people have pointed out, your character itself will be able to upgrade their attributes, which a lot of people say that they would rather have this instead of classes, and obviously, yeah, that in the game already means that we're probably either not going to get classes, or they're not gonna make a huge difference, and they'll probably just make a difference in your build, which I think is okay. But obviously, if they have a lot of body type options and all that, it wouldn't matter a huge bunch. But I still think that classes could be a cool way to go at it, but who knows. And then we have the Berserker. His name is Kagyu. Now, this guy looks pretty cool. He's more like Nail. Like, the hero is more like just Piccolo. This one is like Nail, and the Elite is... I really can't say what the Elite is, really, because he really doesn't have a lot of stuff about him. All the stuff says he is like Dende, but I don't really think that that's what he is. He's more just... He's pretty much the same deal as Frieza's race for their characters. The hero is good with all types of combat, with using all of his attacks, special and everything. Berserker is mainly skilled in actual combat, like hand-to-hand combat, like Nail is. Nail is really skilled in actual hand-to-hand combat. He is good with short-range blasts as well. He's not incredibly great with long-range blasts. That's why Nail never uses the special beam cannon or anything. It's because Nail is a short-range guy. He's always been that in every DBZ game that he's been in. He's always been a short-range guy, mostly. So that would be pretty cool to actually have that sort of thing. Kagyu actually looks not that much different, because the Namekians, they all pretty much look, I guess you could say, the same. They all are pretty much the same kind of build. It's got the same sort of antennas and all that stuff. But honestly, it looks pretty cool, and I think that that would be pretty awesome to have that sort of build in the game. And then for the Elite, he does not have a name, or at least I have not been able to find a name on him, and I've actually been looking up quite a bit. Couldn't find a name on this guy. He's only called the Namekian Elite, but he does look pretty cool, and honestly, I think that these outfits, if we do not get classes, I think that these outfits would still be pretty awesome. These outfits look really cool, and most likely there are going to be outfits that are like this anyway. Like Kagyu's outfit most likely will be in the game anyway, mainly because that's just the shirt tied around your waist and the black pants. It's not really anything extremely special. Sumiri is just pretty much wearing Piccolo's outfit mostly, with the same shoulder pads, the same headgear, and the same pants. He's just got a different shirt. So obviously these outfits will most likely be in Xenoverse, but I still wanted to bring up this sort of discussion. Do you guys think that these outfits or these classes should be implemented into Xenoverse? I'd really like to know what you guys think about this. This has been somewhat of a, not a long video, but hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to slap the like button down there. So let's go over everything that we just talked about in this video. Alright, so first of all, I said giant forms would be pretty cool to bring in the game if you can actually make giants work in Xenoverse. We've seen from Sergio's list that obviously giants apparently are playable, either that or they're bosses. So if they can make it work, I think that that'd be fine. Giant Namekians are something that we haven't had since BT3, so I would really like to see them come back. And we also talked about fusing with Piccolo and Nail. Obviously, I think that Dimps might just make those power-ups, especially for Piccolo. I don't think that they're actually going to make that any sort of big thing. It may make them cutscenes in-game, but that's probably the extent of that, mainly because they don't change in the way they look, unlike Super Saiyans. We talked about Tambourine and other mutated Namekians from Dragon Ball being included. I think that this sort of thing would be pretty cool. I hope that this sort of thing is implemented a little bit, but we have no idea yet. And then I talked about the heroes characters, which I just talked about, so you guys already know about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to slap the like button, as I said before. Also, make sure to comment down below telling what you think of the Namekian transformations. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace out. And then I talked about the heroes characters, which I just talked about, so you guys already know about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to slap the like button, as I said before. Also, make sure to comment down below telling what you think of the Namekian transformations. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace out.